Hi, this is David Use, and this is another how-to video for the Genealogy Basics class. We're going to go through how to save digital images from the various repositories. And we're going to start out by checking some of the settings to make this downloading a little easier. Uh, so this is a typical repository. This is Family Search, and here's the document to be downloaded. Um, Sort of the default settings, when you push download, it will put it down into a downloads folder. So here we'll go ahead and do that. Uh, we push download, and down at the bottom left, I think the default settings go like this, is that it will download to your computer automatically. Um, and there's a couple ways you could do this. You could show in the folder, and the folder is, let me move this over. Um, it's a downloads folder. This might not be the most convenient place because now you have to rename it and put it in the correct location. So that's a little inconvenient. You have to use this file explorer to do all that work. Um, Another way is you could open the file, and what it'll do is open it into an image editor, and you could then do save as, and then put it in the folder where you want it. Okay, so um, again, that's a couple extra steps that I don't like to take. So let me show you how to change the settings in. This is Chrome, and I'll also go through Edge, Microsoft Edge. But you go up here to the three dots over to the top right and go down to settings. And when you do settings, you'll get some different options, but you want to go down here to downloads. And in downloads, we'll switch it to ask where to save each file before download. So it won't do it automatically anymore. I find this more convenient, uh, so that when we do the download, it will ask, okay, where you want to put it. And you can give it the location and then change the name right then and there. And it just, for me, seems more convenient to do it this way. And then let me show you also in Microsoft Edge. Here's the same location in Microsoft Edge. Again, the settings are up at the top right, three dots horizontal instead of vertical. Um, but you go way down on Edge, down to settings, and it has a different look. And down here, where's downloads, you would then switch it to ask me what to do with each download right there. So anyway, those are some settings that I recommend uh, altering just to make the steps a little easier. So let me go now, and then we'll systematically go through uh, each of the repositories. So the one that I had showed you before, and here it is again. So this is what we're going to be doing in all the repositories is looking for the 1880 census for Harriet Wilder. Uh, how to search, that's a different lesson. But here we found the image. I want to keep the image in my files. And so you go to the top right, and it has a download. Now I've got the settings so that when I do download, it now, this is the last place we were with downloads. So I am going to go to put it in I have an example tree folder. Um, I put each person in the family that I'm researching uh, in each name, last name first, and then I put the birth year in parentheses so that I can distinguish similarly named people. So in the folder right now, it has no images in there. Um, I also keep, I call it original downloads, but you can name it anything you want. But it's a downloads folder within that person's folder. What I do is I put the downloads that have not been annotated or marked up into a downloads folder. That way, I know they haven't been treated um, or altered. Um, and then also, if, for instance, I alter a image with a citation, I have a copy of it available, so I don't have to go search for it. So that's just me. You can organize yourself any other way. But what I do is change the name as I download, and we're going to call this 1880 U.S. Census, and this is for area. And in the census, her name was spelled incorrectly with two T's, but that's the person that's on the document or the name on the document. Harriet Wilder, and I just put usually the location, uh, just so that when I scan the files, I can see the locations where these documents came from. So now we're going to do this multiple times. So I'm going to add the source, the repository that we took this from. Okay, so family search. So there you go. Um, and I will save this as a JPEG file. That's the file format that it was. So there you go. I've downloaded it. Oh, um, now that's family search. That download button's right there. Ancestry, here it is. It has a similar format, except it's over here under, it's a save up in the top right. You just click that, and what you're going to want to do is this middle one, save to your computer. So this saves the file directly. And we click on that, and again, it comes up with this. And I, some people like the icons. I like the detail lists because it gives me the look at the full name and file size and the like here. So this is Ancestry. I'm just going to, if I click on this, it'll adopt the name. And I'm going to just switch this last bit here so I don't have to retype everything. It's Ancestry. Okay, so that's saved. It's in my folder now. And I can annotate it once I have my citation written. Okay, so this is regular Ancestry, the subscription Ancestry. I also have open here Ancestry Library Edition. Now, if you're sitting in the library, you are going to have a different problem there. Um, but Ancestry Library provides some very nice options for downloading images at the library instead of downloading it to a memory stick or putting it in an email and sending it to yourself. You can just push this button either here and it'll do the same thing. You don't have to do it for the record or image, both. You can do it in either place and it'll get the same thing, and I'll show you. But here's the image in Ancestry Library for Harriet Wilder. And zoomed way in. Now, when you go over here, if you're at home, you can just do the same thing as before, save to this computer. But you could do send image home if you're sitting at the library. And then here, you can put in uh, your email address. And there you go. And then you push send email, and it'll send it. And actually, what it'll do is wait a while. You will not get an email right away because it's assuming that you're working at the library. It's going to wait a while. But I saved an old email, and this is what it looked like when I get my Gmail account. And then it gives you this link. And when you do view your discoveries, and I've been doing this several times, just test things out. Um, you can do download image, and when you click that download image, um, you'll get the same thing here. It's a direct download from Ancestry Library. So this would be Ancestry Library. Okay, and just so you know, this is um, a site that's unique for your email that you are sending from Ancestry Library. And you can save this bookmark, and I have saved it here. And so you can come back and check out your download these things. And Ancestry Library will save up to 300, the last 300 of these records that you've captured at the library. So Ancestry Library has that very nice feature. Take advantage of it. So I'm going to also check. Now here's MyHeritage. MyHeritage is a little different. Um, and if anybody out there knows how to do this better than I've done, please let me know. But MyHeritage, here I've looked up the record. Here's Harriet Wilder, and blah blah blah. And this is the wrong Harriet Wilder. I just realized. But anyway, I apologize. I grabbed the wrong Harriet Wilder. Anyway, oh, that's a problem here. Wilder, exact place, and let me do Lake County, Ohio. Okay, and search. There it is. Willoughby Lake. This is the correct one. Sorry about that. I was fiddling around a little too quickly, but you would come up with the record. You push this box here with these little arrows, and it blows up to the full image. Um, you know, even though it has this download uh, button, it says download, you click on it and it doesn't do a download like we expected. So you have to right click and do save image as, and it'll save this image down, and we can put it in the same place. And we'll we'll compare all these when we're all done here. MyHeritage. Okay. Um, One side note about MyHeritage Library Edition. I've gone into the library. You don't have those nice features like Ancestry Library. You have to have an email open. And in that case, what you would do is uh, do copy image and then go to, for instance, like, let me just put in here, let me just see if I can compose email. But you would then put it in the email and then send it to yourself. Uh, it'll send this whole thing. But anyway, that's inconvenient. You could also take to the library, at least the local library here, you could take in and use a memory stick. So either way, uh, just less convenient. And then last, we'll take a look. Okay, and the last repository is Find My Past. Here's the same census record for Harriet Wilder. You would go to this button right here for download record. You click download, and here we go. And we'll just make this find my path and save it. Okay, so I do want to address one other thing is that we've hit all these, um, most of these repositories have uh, download buttons, as we saw that MyHeritage does not. But the technique that we use, if you get to a repository, online repository that doesn't have these nice download buttons, another option is exactly what we did in MyHeritage, is right click and do save image as, and then download it. It might not be the same quality, it might be a little less, but if you can't get a direct download, this is the next best. The worst option, but it's for emergencies. Maybe a site prohibits downloading, uh, and so what we could do. This isn't going to shrink up enough, but maybe you can make an adjustment. And for instance, oh yeah, we could close this area here. Yeah, let's get this all on one picture. Um, on a Windows computer, that's what I'm working with. You would push the Apple logo, Shift, and S all at the same time, and it has a snipping tool, and you could then block this out, and then a box will come up in the bottom right, and you would click on it. It will not come up for me because I'm of the recording tool that I'm using. So I will show you what it looks like. The program is called Snip and Sketch. Um, like I showed you, if you do the Windows logo key, uh, Shift plus S, it would do the snip directly, but I can do it again here. Let me just grab an image, and you know, that a little a black box would show up very quickly. You have to, it won't, it'll go away after a second or two. Down in the bottom right, you click on it, and a box like this would come up when you click on that pop-up box, and then you can go save, and we can then get to folder, and this was, you know, find my pass, but this is a little, this is a, a snip image. Okay, so there we go. There's all the different ways we could look at that, and let me show you. There, the snip image is the one that's going to be lowest quality, uh, but all of these are about the same, are in fact exact same size. And I will tell you what it is that Find My Past, MyHeritage source their images from Family Search. But anyway, they're about the same. All good quality images except for this Find My Past. Anyway, there's a few different ways of getting an image if you go to a repository and you just can't get it downloaded directly. And now the next job would be is to write your citation or write your notes and then annotate the image. I have a separate video on that. The link will be in the descriptions on how to annotate these digital images. So thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon.